Let's take a break. When we come back, there's more controversy. More talk. I'm gonna ask a question. Should Mr. Thompson Fontaine, the leader of the United Workers' Party, say I'm sorry for words he expressed earlier, I think on Monday this week? Should he have said something else? Or is the matter being taken out of context? For the first hour, this is what we're going to talk about. I'll try to put things in perspective and hear the latest comments from the executive, at least a few members of the executive of the United Workers' Party, who are obviously not pleased with comments made earlier this week, on Monday this week, by Thompson Fontaine, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, leader of the United Workers' Party. As I told you, there's a delegates conference taking place sometime on the 14th of December. Will he remain as leader? Or are there others vying for that spot? When we come back, we'll try to put things in perspective. Stick around. This is the Talk on the Block. Stick around. Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
Know your favorite store. Dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
It's officially white potato season in Dominica. To celebrate, Bloombox is giving you the chance to win a 196cc 4-stroke 6.5 horsepower tiller valued at over $3,000. Wow! You heard right. Simply make a purchase of $75 or more between October 13th and December 27th, 2025, and you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win this powerhouse machine to make your next planting season even easier. Winner will be announced on December 29th. Visit us at Bloombox Goodwill and Rosal. Terms and conditions apply. Let's bloom together with Bloombox.
All right, Dominica, good afternoon to you. And welcome. This is the Talk on the Block in the first hour. We'll talk about a press release just received maybe about minutes to 12 from the United Workers' Party. We seem to be unhappy with statements made by the leader, Thompson Fontaine. Now, for perspective, I went in and, of course, went back to that statement when I asked Mr. Thompson, Dr. Thompson, whether he was participating in the upcoming leadership contest at the next delegates conference on December 14th, 2025. Let me allow you to hear, and then you'll hear the news release issued by the United Workers' Party. Thompson Fontaine on Monday, the 1st of December. Every year you guys have a delegates conference. Will that be taking place?
Yes, Matt. Actually, it's due on the 14th. We will be having a delegates conference on the 14th of December of this year.
Mm-hmm. Will you be contesting for leadership again?
Yes, Matt. Absolutely. I'm here, and we have, as you know, we have a very, very democratic process within the party. So anybody can just come off the street, wash the feet, and challenge me for the leader. That's what we have.
Is it necessary to hold this delegates conference every year? Don't you think that they should give whatever leader is elected a chance to breathe?
Matt, well, that would be my preference, obviously, and we have some work to do, I believe, with regards to our constitution in that regard, because really, you should really be electing a leader to prepare the party for the next election. It should not be to prepare for your own internal election every year. I absolutely agree with that. But that's the constitution that we now have, and it's something that we absolutely have to look into. Are you really helping the party to have persons just come off the street every year and challenge for the leadership of the party? Is that really good for the party? Is that strengthening the party? Is that making us stronger in the eyes of the public? I don't know. These are things that we have to take a very serious look at.
So that's 13 days away.
13 days away, Matt, and I very well could be contesting my 4th election as party leader.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have come? Names have been mentioned?
Well, there are the names being bandied about, and I'm sure, as I said, people can just come off the street and without even announcing their intent, they can just come on that day and be nominated. So we'll see.
Are you confident that you might emerge, or you will emerge again?
Matt, I'm of the view that if I cannot win within the party, then I cannot win nationally. All right. So I believe that the people within there is very strong support for my candidacy, for me as the leader of the party. I believe that what people want is a leader that is committed to winning the next election, and everything that we're doing now is pointing in that direction. So I believe I'll continue to have the support of the people.
Somebody's asked me earlier there through a text message, what is your relationship with the then leader of the party, Mr. Linton?
It's excellent. Me and Mr. Linton has a great relationship. We talk to each other. We talk about party matters. We discuss party issues. It's great, and I am very thankful for his.
So, in context, that was Mr. Dr. Fontaine's response to my questions, whether he was participating in the upcoming leadership contest, if you will. And he answered in the affirmative and went on to make further comments. It looks like some members of the United Workers' Party's leadership is not too comfortable and sent out a statement which reads, recent comments by Dr. Thompson Fontaine describing constitutionally mandated annual leadership elections in the United Workers' Party as a wash your foot and come affair requires clarification. The National Executive Committee of the UWP has discussed the matter, and Dr. Fontaine has agreed to the release of this statement because he wants to let the country decide. In our culture, the expression wash your foot and come in, used disparately as it was used in that instance, suggests that the process in question is casual, unserious, and open to any and everyone without standards of structure. To apply such language to the party's leadership elections is therefore to imply that our constitution creates an environment where leadership contests are unstructured and disorderly, trivial and undignified, and vulnerable to instability rather than rooted in democratic discipline. That interpretation is not only inaccurate, it's unfair to our founders, the farmers, or the framers of our Constitution, and to the thousands of members who have upheld faithfully over the years. Annual elections are not a wash your foot and come in affair. They are deliberate democratic safeguards designed to ensure accountability of leaders to membership, a regular renewal of mandate, transparency in the exercise of authority, and the right of every member to participate meaningfully in the party's direction. Far from the weakening of the party, because these provisions strengthen it by ensuring that leadership is earned, renewed, and reaffirmed, not assumed by entitlement or prolonged by inertia. Our Constitution reflects the values upon which this great party was built: openness, accountability, discipline, and democracy. To dismiss its process with casual, disrespectful language is to misunderstand the purpose and to diminish the hard work of those who have sustained this movement throughout many decades. The party remains confident that its leadership elections, held annually, properly conducted, and guided by clear rules, represent not triviality, but a pillar of internal democracy intended to keep as united focus and responsive to the people we serve. And of course, we want to hear from former leader in that statement. Statement is also issued there, a voice note by Mr. Lennox Clinton, former leader of the United Workers' Party. Let's go.
Recent comments by Dr. Thompson Fontaine describing constitutionally mandated annual leadership elections in the United Workers' Party, UWP, as a wash your foot and come affair require clarification. The National Executive Committee of the UWP has discussed the matter, and Dr. Fontaine has agreed to the release of this statement because he wants us to let the country decide. In our culture, the expression wash your foot and come, used disparagingly as it was in this instance, suggests that the process in question is casual, it is unserious, and open to any and everyone without standards or structure.
So anybody can just come up the street, wash the feet, and challenge me for the leader. Are you really helping the party to have persons just come up the street every year and challenge for the leadership of the party? That's what we have.
This is not true. And to apply such language to the party's leadership elections is therefore to imply that our constitution creates an environment where leadership contests are unstructured and disorderly, they are trivial, they are undignified, they are vulnerable to instability, and they're not rooted in democratic discipline. That interpretation is not only inaccurate, it is unfair to our founders. It is unfair to the framers of our Constitution and to the thousands of members who have upheld it faithfully over the years. Annual elections are not a wash your foot and come affair. They are a deliberate democratic safeguard designed to ensure accountability of leaders to the membership, regular renewal of mandate, transparency in the exercise of authority, and the right of every member to participate meaningfully in the party's direction. So that far from weakening the party, these provisions strengthen it by ensuring that leadership is earned, renewed, and reaffirmed, not assumed by entitlement or prolonged by inertia. Our Constitution reflects the values upon which this great party was built, the values of openness, accountability, discipline, and democracy. To dismiss its processes with casual, disrespectful language is to misunderstand their purpose and to diminish the hard work of those who have sustained this movement for 37 years. The party remains confident that its leadership elections, held annually, properly conducted, and guided by clear rules, represent not a triviality, but a pillar of internal democracy intended to keep us united, focused, and responsive to the people we serve.
Very interesting, huh? Somebody says, check the headline of the news release. The United Workers' Party has nothing to do with this. The statement is by Lennox Clinton. Please correct. This is media statement for immediate release. UWP leadership elections by Lennox Clinton. So there are persons now suggesting that this statement did not come from the leadership of the United Workers' Party, but by Lennox Clinton. Well, that's what the press release reads, huh? I read it again. Media statement for immediate release. UWP leadership elections by Lennox Clinton. Very interesting there. Days. I have reached out to Thompson Fontaine, who says he prefers to remain quiet. Well, I'm sure we'll have, because it appears, according to him, this statement was totally misinterpreted. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, talk to me. Yes, caller.
Hi.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. I'm here.
Hi.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Hello.
I am here. Go
I'm not
ahead.
hearing you.
Well, I'm hearing
Okay,
you.
good
Go ahead.
afternoon.
Yes.
All right, good afternoon. I'm so happy on this first battle. I want to ask you a question before I start off my comment of my complaint. You remember when they were passing the bill in the House and Senator, one from Marigot, help me please.
Delbert Ellsbury.
Paris.
Delbert Paris, yes.
Yes, he voted for the bill. And while people were outside demonstrating, am I correct?
Yes.
Nice. Most Dominicans felt it was a wrong decision by the senator at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Honorable Lennox Linton at the time come out and defend Delbert Paris in his utterances of his wrongdoing in our understanding.
Subsequent to his statement,
how many days did the executive take to condemn or to make a release of what Delbert Paris treated the Dominican people? So I find to myself, it is high hypocrite from Lennox and the Marigot people at this time of the crisis that is Dominica,
mm-hmm.
to make this kind of comment with, I'm not saying Thompson Fontaine, maybe in the context you asked the question, the answer, I was listening, I did not take it like this. And let me tell Dominicans, I'm overseas. I'm a member of UWP. And if any time they think of taking a Thompson Fontaine right now, I am withdrawing, and my family, which I support back home, I will certainly sure none of them will vote UWP. We will go to Joshua at that time. Because this is bullcrap. The Marigot people are trying to overturn Thompson Fontaine. Why let us resign? Why did he resign from the presidency? I like Lennox. What is bullshit that's going on right now? See the crisis that's going on in the country. He say hiding. He cannot come on the here and do. He has fight a lot for Dominican, yes, I agree to that. But he can't come and help at this crucial time. Now is the time when you want to put fire under the leader of the party. Man, tell them, man, if they know what best for themselves. Marigot alone cannot win an election. And I give Thompson Fontaine my 100%, my 100 heart. And I will do what it takes to see Fontaine stay there as the leader. But if at all Dominicans they want to change him, I withdraw my membership from UWP from day one. Thank you.
All right, somebody on Facebook says, Matt, shamefully, Thompson, for years they haven't supported Thompson. They all went away quietly while Dominic is burning. Haven't said anything positive in support of the 10-pillar plan. Now they are here with this nonsense. Shameful. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Mr. Pelton, blessings to you, sir.
Blessings to you, sir.
You know who's talking there, Matt?
Blessings, you know I know who's talking. So let's go to 1:30. We don't have too much time.
But relax yourself, Matt. Matt, let me say something. It is right on point. Matt, while we are so distracted, it is not trivialities, Matt. But with UWP, the country is going to hell in a handbasket. The Chinese are mashing up the country, but look at what is happening. Matt, let me say something. Under what constitution Thompson becomes the leader? It's not the same wash your foot and come, Matt?
If you want to interpret it like that, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, because he did not say, well, the only time I can accept the leadership is for the constitution to change to a 5-year mandate, not an annual thing every year
I have to be challenged. And how many years it is, Matt? 3 years, isn't that so?
And that would make it the 4th year.
The 4th year. So if Thompson in his arrogance, politely and smiling arrogance, all of a sudden it has to be exclusive. It has to be VIP treatment because it's Dr. Thompson. And that is where the world gets caught, Matt. All of a sudden, who is Matt? What Matt have? But Matt don't go to school for Matt to be so smart, or Matt have $1 billion. And we allow people that smiling with potholes in their faces to just come and think the world is theirs or Dominica is theirs and allow them to destroy everything. Dr. Fontaine, I've spoken to you personally on about 2 or 3 occasions and on telephone as well. My brother, I think what you're doing is damaging. And I heard he said he like Cool Boy. You remember when he told you that, Matt?
And he said his party, yes, it's cool, like Cool Boy, yes. Yeah, he said
yeah,
that.
he said even if you're not seeing him, he's there working. That analogy is quite destructive.
Well, I've heard other people from the United Workers' Party use that same term, Blessings. So you say now it's destructive. I heard when Joshua Francis was going up for the United Workers' Party, leadership of the United Workers' Party said Joshua is like Cool Boy, eating from behind. So at this time, you're taking this in your context, but I've heard other people from the executive say the same.
Matt, let me just conclude on the Cool Boy. Let me tell you, my brother, Matt, everything have a context in which it is being said. Wash your foot and come and Cool Boy. Matt, a leader needs to be inspiring, mobilizing, organizing, and all of that. The Cool Boy analogy is something that is there and you're not seeing it until the damage is done. In that context, I am taking it. Yeah, okay, so it's my context. A politician, that's why a politician has to be careful what he's saying. Blessings can open his big mouth and say anything. But when you're Thompson Fontaine as the leader of a party, my brethren, that was a bad analogy, and I will say it. And Thompson, please, just humble yourself. And if you have to be changed, all of a sudden somebody can just leave on the street, wash your foot and come. That is really trivializing something as serious as being the leader of a political party.
All right, let's take another phone call. Let's so 133. Of course, we have to respect everybody's views. Hello, talk to me. Yes?
Yes, Matt, good afternoon.
Good
I think they have too much roar in that party. I don't see nothing Thompson Fontaine say for them to be getting on like that. They have too much roar. That's why the party don't go nowhere. And I leave that party.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, on the telephone 134. Yes.
Matt.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon,
yes.
everybody.
Matt,
let me tell you, this is the first time I ever feel it so. Why is the country going down in a drain, down in Falaise? It has some clown from Margot following up with this Calypso and Harky, because it's Harky that are leading them, Soul Foods are leading them now. But I find no enough time for that. Now it's time for us to move the dirty Kerry right now. We have to think about keeping Kerry there. When you have even Harky can decide on itself. The last thing I see, I don't know if it was your foot when there, but Paris and all them, I don't know if I'm wrong to call him, but all them kind of man, they come here, see me, they get a little signing job from them, man. When I watch it, man, them people causing more confusion, and it's looking bad that now got people being led by Soul Foods, Harky. And I don't care what the hell they say, man, I so mad that I can't even say what I have to say. It's shit, you need to get carried down the state and the group out. Than thinking about and something from doing that I even come out of them people saying them asshole they be.
All right. So let's just keep the language down there, okay? Respectful. Matt, so can you convey to the UWP leadership that they cannot and they should not win another election when they are on the back foot like that? You win elections by being on the front foot. You only win cricket matches on the back foot without extra cover drives to the boundaries. It's shameful that all the UWP, they are only destined to face another 5 years of more blows. It's so sad. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. I think I may have read it a little quickly there, but I hope you understood. Hello, yes?
Matt,
yes, ma'am.
That is Dominica. That is, oh my God. What a shame. That's the first person that said something like that. for them to have it like that. Madam tell you, Mr. Thompson Fontaine, it's thunder and lightning roll tonight. It's you that caused that. All I would have done, leave those people party for them, and that is it. Because if anything happens, it's you that caused it. Leave their party for them. That is all. Thank you.
Somebody says this is a marigold thing, marigold ring to get rid of Thompson next Sunday. They're not realizing it's the party they are pulling down. It is so shameful of Mr. Lennox and the gang. That's what somebody said there in a WhatsApp message. Just reading what I sent to me there. Hello, talk to me. Oh, yes.
Hello, good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Matt, this is Steve Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
Matt, when the doctor made this statement, he was laughing. He take it trivial. Give it a joke, man.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, why are we fighting down the leader of the UDLP? Matt, I have been part, I continue to say that. Probably I served the longest in the management committee of the United Workers' Party. Matt, we have a constitution 37 years old. It cannot be still totally relevant. That is why the management committee has a special committee that was instituted. It is called the Constitution Reform Committee, Matt. The former Prime Minister is on it, led by a lawyer and other persons, because we see there are weaknesses in our Constitution, Matt. So they are discussing ways of changing and fixing the weaknesses. Matt, is madness. For every year you have to vote a new leader. You doesn't give him enough time to build himself. You doesn't give him enough time for persons outside to have confidence in him, Matt. Matt, I about 3 or 4 days ago, I had a meeting in a gentleman's vehicle outside of my home. The meeting lasted about 2.5 hours. The gentleman was telling me, Steve, I have a lot of confidence in Thompson Fontaine, and we're trying to get $200,000 US for his campaign. You hear what I telling you, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have is that every minute all they want to change leader. We have confidence in Thompson that he can transform the economy. But if only change a leader, I'm not going to put my money in the party. I say, but I'm not in the executive. Why you come to me? He said, I have confidence in you, and you made a name for yourself in the party, Matt. Then I'm talking foolishness about what you put and come. Matt, when Jerome Burke ran for Wesley, Elford Henry was the pal rep for Wesley at the time. He said, when Jerome Burke, he said Wesley was his potato field. You hear? When Jerome Burke win him, he said Jerome Burke was like a wood ant in his potato field. Man, there is nothing to hate a politician about saying those things. We have too much hate in our heart, Matt. Matt Thompson Fontaine put on some kind of jobs he had in the world and come back to rescue us from the economic hole we have. And people just come in and talk rubbish. Matt, I listened to your program on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard a UDLP bigwig criticizing the raise of wage, the minimum wage that Dr. Fontaine proposed, criticizing it. And when you finish condemn himself, you play back what Dr. Fontaine actually said, that the minimum wage must go up. However, the government must put things in place for people to be able to pay the wages. And that is the evil things that are going on. 1 or 2 men that refuse to work with the Honorable Dr. Fontaine left the party when we need them the most. When you say let us unite, they say unite for what? You hear what I'm telling you, Matt? I don't want to say the evil things I have seen. That is why if I had to live my life again, Matthias Peltier Jr., I would never involve in party politics. You must involve in politics, because when persons are in government fooling around, you must make a statement. But party politics, Matt, them fellas must stop the rubbish that's going on, undermining a duly elected leader. Matt, I remember in management, when 3rd November come in, the big wigs of the party would simply say, we leave in the executive as is. And people fall in line. Today, let us get rid of the leader. And every year, we can make progress, Matt. We cannot make progress. I am satisfied with the work Dr. Fountain is doing across Dominica. Big meeting can't win no election in Dominica again because people are afraid to go out. It's home to home. Dr. Fountain in and out of constituency, in and out of homes. That is the work that has to be done. And fellas come in and put statement purporting to be that of the United. Where the General Secretary? Where the Public Relations Officer? You turn your back on the party and you come in now with a statement. Matt, it is shameful, and the Dominican people will see and understand. Those who are saying, as one caller just say, is some Marigot fella that running the party now. It's a shame that the people depending on us, the farmers depending on us to rescue Dominica. But we put our foot down. If I go the side who leads the party, I prefer to mash up and we put our 2 seats in our back pocket. It is shameful, Matt. I am sad, I am broke, Matt, and I'm going to put down. Thank you very much.
Somebody just sent me a text message that reads, where was that community when Lennox said there are crooks in the party? $142. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Hello, Matt. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Boots in the air. I want to share my 50 cents. My boots is in the air, but I'm still ready to put it on and stand up and fight for my Dominica. Now, Matt, I want to speak to our people in the sense that we have a problem in understanding that the strongest position a man have is in where he stands. He's in his best position, his best form then. Julius Timothy was a finance wizard. But when UWP was formed, Julius Timothy didn't win the first election. And do you know that there was so much pressure put on the party? Give him leadership and he will win his seat. And he will be able to deal with the leadership position. But the party went into election with Julius Timothy as just a man. He didn't have no position. And when the party won, the party had that decision to make as to where they put Julius Timothy, where they put Edison James. Edison James was a man. He was a specialist in agronomy. So agriculture was there. But the party utilized the best of the best in their positions. You understand? Matt, it doesn't mean that even if Thompson Fountain is not the leader of the party, that Thompson Fountain cannot be the Prime Minister of Dominica if that is what the party decides in the end. It doesn't mean that even Lennox Linton at his home and the party win today in the condition Dominica is, that Lennox Linton must stay at his home and the party must not find a position to put into work. But there's a man named Simeon Joseph out there. It doesn't mean, however the party win, that the government that is formed doesn't need the man in his profession to hold a position to be able to move Dominica. We must forget that thing about party and individual. We have to try to understand we have a monster to put down. And if it means the broomstick, like they say, a broomstick that have to go up for leadership and the broomstick is the leader. But the party people can come together behind the broomstick and get things going. Don't make a big issue about if Thompson is an expert in the finance, in the figures. I see Thompson to me as Julius Timothy in UWP. Another Julius Timothy. It doesn't mean it doesn't have more in the potential he has. What our people need to understand, let us put that thing aside.
But your statement seems to be contradicting itself there. So are you saying for the world to hear that you don't think that Thompson Fountain has the qualities to be the leader of the United Workers' Party at this time? I want you to be very clear.
I am not saying that. That is not my word. That is it. The party has a democratic pattern of operating. And when the party operates, If the party decides to take anybody else and put as the leader, the rest of the forces need to stand together and move the party to the position, because every one of them have their professional power.
I'm getting you. What let's your point is, when let's decide when an election is called, you will put where whoever you think have the strength to lead, huh? That's your argument here. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, talk to me. Are you there?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you?
I'm very good, my brother. That is Bernard Morrow from Attack. I
Yes, sir.
want to make sure I state my name. My brother, let me tell you something. I was a supporter of UWP, but you see all that kind of rural back and forth, my brother. I think I pull up my socks. I was Joshua and Lobster and the rest. Yeah. I pull out.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. That's your decision. 1:47 is the afternoon time. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
But what is wrong with the United Workers' Party supporters? What is wrong with them? What they want? They have the best man in the world. You all cut him down. Matt, you know what you should do, Matt? Erase that talks. Forget it. Forget it. And let's something more constructive. Because we're getting hot right now. If some songs they leave, I finish immediately. I'm a strong supporter of the United Workers' Party, and somebody undermining it. Even if supporters talking that nonsense on the radio, let the man do his work. What if you don't other physical events don't get people stupid? You know what you all want? By more than ever.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, the telephones are going crazy here this afternoon. Please just give everybody a chance to, of course, express the sentiments. You can agree or disagree. Hello, talk to me, yeah?
Hey, good afternoon, Matt.
How you doing, my brother? How are you?
I am good. Matt, yesterday I made a statement and didn't realize that this statement from Linton was going to come off, and I'm going to say it again. Matt, I blame Thompson for whatever is going on. And let me explain myself. When you are given a mandate to lead, you lead in your style, and to hell with everybody else. When the time comes and they move you. And I said, a leader needs a tint of dictatorship in it. And because Thompson allowed himself to be too friendly with everybody wants to have a say and to dictate what is done in the party, not realizing that he is the leader. They are destroying the party. So had Thompson taken a firm stand and say, look, this is what is going to happen while I am the leader. When I am removed, so be it. It would have been done. Thompson has been there long enough to make amendments to the Constitution to lead that change. And he stopped it. And for Lennox Linton, who have the greatest of respect, no organization on earth, especially political parties which believe that they are sticklers for Constitution, last anyway. They don't win elections. We have the case in Antigua where everything for them is Constitution. And that led us from being 6 votes away from an elect from government into being nowhere. And Dominica is going to do the same thing because they are sticklers. They believe the Constitution was written in stone bigger than those in the Canefield Cliff. It is not so. Constitutions were written by men and they have to be changed. And until and unless the people don't realize that the Constitution has to be changed, we're not going nowhere, because what obtains right now is preschool election. You cannot have a political party. How you feel having an election every year and 3 months before an election you have a new leader? Who's going to support that? Where are you going to see that as a winner? Who will take that seriously, Matt? It is not going to be taken seriously. So they need to change this and change it now. And now is not the time for fighting when we've seen all signs of an election pending. The UWP is shooting themselves in the foot. I said yesterday, they have the gun pointing at the foot. It might be a little above the foot and knock them somewhere in the sensitive area. Until they change their stupidness, that is what is going to happen. And Thompson has to take the bull by the horn. He's the leader now and say, look, nobody issues a press statement without my authorization. Nobody does anything to that, and we will do things. It is time Thompson should have already declared his candidate for the next election. And those are the same candidates would support him in a leadership battle. But he wants to be friendly with everybody, and cannot be. Take the bull by the horn and take responsibility. Good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon to you. Let's see if we can play the statement. There's 1:50 in the afternoon, 10 minutes to the 2 o'clock hour. Yes?
What's
that?
It is very interesting to listen to the former leader of the UWP, Mr. Lennox Linton, attempt once again to create drama in the public against Dr. Thompson Fountain for a statement which some may agree is correct. Here are the facts that Mr. Linton will not share in his message. Number one, Delbert Paris, for example, a very intelligent and capable young man, was brought forward by Mr. Linton to challenge Thompson. He was not a card-paying member of the UWP at the time. The constitution of the party dictates that anyone going up for leadership for the party should be a card-carrying member of the party. Number two, the pastor whom we are hearing of is now being presented to challenge Dr. Fontaine. Is he a card-carrying member as at today? So when Dr. Fontaine says that this is not a wash your foot and come process,
Let's continue.
he is right. You have to be a card-carrying member of the party at minimum in order to seek positions on the executive. It really isn't wash your foot and come, based on the same constitution and democratic process that Mr. Linton so eloquently explained. And while we are speaking of democracy, it is very hypocritical of Mr. Linton to suggest that Thompson's comments are not democratic when he, in his capacity as former leader, refused repeatedly to step down as leader of the UWP at the request of majority of the members. When he, Mr. Linton, finally realized in 2002 that he no longer had the support of the majority,
2022.
he recorded a video from his veranda announcing his resignation and referring to the members of the party as backstabbers and traitors. This was a clear sign of a man that was high on power after serving as leader for almost 10 years. Roosevelt Skerry took the opportunity to call a snap election and won. Lennox Linton's actions since his resignation as leader in 2022 appears to be nothing more but those of a man who is seeking revenge and vengeance against other members of the party and the party in general for having replaced him with Dr. Fontaine. This culture of revenge and vindictiveness did not help the UWP's growth under the leadership of Lennox Linton. All it did was run stalwarts, soldiers, and prospective future candidates away from the party. The support for the party by the general public dwindled under Lennox Linton's leadership. He is so proud today to speak of the UWP's democratic processes. However, when Ronnie Isidore, for example, challenged him for the leadership position, Mr. Isidore was subjected to an unrelenting smear campaign. Lies, fake stories, and propaganda was being spread about the man. Even me bought into this foolishness and started repeating it without evidence or proof. This is how much we believed in you, Mr. Linton, in your earlier years as leader. You were handpicked by Edison James during the so-called democratic process, and we supported you. You were re-endorsed several times, and we supported that. You, on the other hand, and a few that you are able to convince to jump on the anti-Thompson Fontaine train, are refusing to give Thompson Fontaine the same level of respect that you received. You are refusing to give the man a chance to lead the party in a different direction. These guys are sabotaging the man's efforts at every chance they get. And then they are turning around and saying that he's ineffective. I hear people asking about conventions and if Thompson Fontaine called conventions. I asked them today, did the UWP have a convention in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018? Did the UWP have a convention in 2020, 2021, 2022? All of this during the leadership of Lennox Linton. Name the years and tell me where the conventions took place. I am calling on the supporters of the UWP, the long-standing ones in particular, to lift Thompson Fontaine up. Support Dr. Thompson Fontaine and let us all collectively ask Lennox Linton and the other few members of the anti-Thompson crew to get off his back. Stop beating down the man. Give him a chance to lead. Give him a chance to present his plans. Give him a chance to invite new support to the party. Give him a chance to call on everyone who left the party to return to the party. There is no stain on the legacy of the UWP left by Thompson Fontaine. Unlike Lennox Linton, whose signature appeared on the Al Jazeera investigative report in a document promising to appoint an unvetted, unchecked, and unknown fake ambassador within 28 days of he possibly becoming prime minister in 2019. That was totally wrong to do. And he, Mr. Linton, is the one that taught us over a decade on Between You and Me on Q95 that it was wrong to do. But guess what? Not even then was his leadership challenged. He went on to be re-elected leader again in 2020 and 2021, re-endorsed. And Mr. Francis, Joshua Francis, who was caught on tape, agreeing that yes, this was a major blunder and this hurt the party. Speaking to his constituents at the side of the street, they suspended Mr. Francis indefinitely for uttering those words. You, Mr. Lennox Linton, received several passes upon entry into the UWP. Today, you and your little gang are hell-bent on finding anything to create drama for Thompson Fontaine because you and them cannot get over the fact that you have tried a few times and you were rejected by the Dominican public. The members, supporters, and well-wishers of UWP, I ask you to join in saying to these purveyors of hate to leave Dr. Thompson Fontaine alone. Thank you. Have a good day.
And businessman, protect your property, insure your property. For the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again. Can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business going out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. Over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Toppers snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Know your favorite store. Dial it now. 612-1253. That's Mega. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Calabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
All right, Dominique, it was very interesting in the afternoon there. Let's listen to a few voice notes.
Matt.
Oui.
Matt. Sangi Kalila. On va Kikaila. Depuis entendre Brian Vivian Brian, because Thompson Twin, every person back correct Brian. Modi handbag, Lani on bagay, because you connaît how many truth pa moun, every you pass up you say, you, ça ka believe like ou son satan, ou comprend, ça ka mene on vie, biten like ou poko ready, ou comprend, ça ka mene on move biten, depuis les Brian, mon jeune Brian, mon dit Brian, moun pa ka fait des bagay ça, because moun pa gérer des fouet aller free terms, nous every jour. Because you tell me ça, because vous connaissez on tête chien. Elle va try couper couille, elle va passer à faute pour couper couille, vous gardez une manière, vous pouvez faire pour un bien. C'est ça. Because mon pas tapé rien, because mon cas coûter programme la femme depuis lundi. Ça tombe samedi là, ça pas comme ça, j'ai me bloqué rien. C'est un grudge, on jealousy business qui a venu à partir à la nord. Pas qu'à mucho, right now, non ka show ça yoyi. Because de pour garder un pasteur, caprichon dans l'église, ka mener pour un leader. Ou pour qu'on sache de ou pas de ou est pour la terre ou mucho exactement ça oui because so don't follow me là so mon kéro.
I'm back on the telephone. I think Pastor Rodney is on the telephone at this time. Good afternoon to you, Pastor. How you doing?
Matt, a very good afternoon to you. I am doing very, very well.
You sound very well.
Yeah, I'm very, very well, Matt. I had a good lunch and taking a little rest. And I happened to listen to your program. And I want to share a few things with you and the callers and,
Sure.
and the people.
Sure.
You know, there is a spirit that is hovering over this country. That is one of getting involved in stuff that sometimes don't concern you and trashing people and trying to be the monarch over every subject. Matt Pelty, the matter of a delegates conference of a political party, in my understanding of delegates conference from several parties, is not a public matter. It is a matter for the delegates of the party to decide. Delegates of the party are card-carrying, subscription-paying members who assess their party and they decide what is best for their party. The United Workers' Party, like every other organization, have what can be better termed as an annual general meeting. Now, some organizations may decide to rotate the membership in terms of the election possibilities of their members, so that you have somebody serving 2 years and somebody serving 1 year, so that when you have an AGM, there is never a clean slate to be replaced. I think the Workers' Party's choice in its constitution written from its inception is to have all the members of the board retire at its annual delegates conference. That's a matter for the party to decide. I wonder if a lot of people who are calling you are card-carrying members of the United Workers' Party, because, you know, people call on behind a particular voice, and that doesn't mean that they have any level of authority. Get some information from somebody, and they run with it. What are the facts of that? The United Workers' Party was formed by its founders, Edison James, Norris Prevost, Julius Timothy, Ronald Green et al. And the party formed the Constitution. The party elected Edison James as its leader. And subsequently, Edison James was at every delegates conference for maybe 13 years, if my memory serves me right. He was unopposed. And he was unopposed because, no doubt, in the hearts and minds of his delegates, he was doing the job that they expected him to do. That's the only way you don't have a challenge, Matt, is if the people who elect you feel you're doing the job. Come past that, you had the likes of Earl Williams and Ronald Green and Hector John and Lennox Linton. The same thing has happened. And I don't know why people are trying to blow a blood vessel. This young man who just spoke to you a while ago, bringing the grace and damnation of Lennox Linton. I mean, I don't know where some people get off on this. Now, here is what that is. If a leader of any organization is doing very well, Matt Peltier, do you think they'd be threatened over a delegates conference if an election?
No.
Exactly. Because they know that they're doing well. Anytime anybody is squabbling, is making noise, is trying to create a sensation around his election, it's because he, that leader, knows that he's not looking too good for me. When Ralph Gonzalez, I'm sure when you observe the St. Vincent election, Matt Peltier, when Ralph Gonzalez began to get arrogant, wasn't it a telltale sign that he was grabbing at straws? Because he knew that things were not well where he is. And people have to understand that the psychology of leadership is such that if you're leading and you have servant leadership heart and you believe that you're doing a good job, you're not threatened by anybody.
Well, here's the intelligence I'm getting, Pastor Rodney. Thanks for having a conversation with us this afternoon. That Thompson, I'm not speaking on his behalf, believes, talking to a few other members of the executive, that he doesn't have the support or the you don't feel like he's getting the support from the certain members of the executive. We don't hear them basically saying publicly we support Thompson Fountain. Maybe silently do, but like we've heard from on many times, other people giving support to the other leadership or leaders that we've seen in the past.
Matt Peltier, let me tell you something I've learned from all the leadership conferences, all the leadership gurus I've listened to. People follow leaders. People don't follow followers. Okay? People follow leaders. Leaders are not forced. They are not coerced. They are not cajoled. They lead. And once they lead, people follow them. You don't have to like Roosevelt's carrot. Roosevelt's carrot has a brand of leadership that includes the things or the materials that he has his hand on. But people follow him even if it's just for the money. Right? Leaders lead. Leaders don't complain that people are not following them. It is leaders' job to get people to follow them. And when you cannot get people to follow you, it means that you can't lead those people. The equation for leadership is simple. It's not rocket science. Nobody who's a leader who's worth their salt is going around saying, boy, you're not supporting me, I want them to support me. No. Leaders talk to people, they communicate with people, they get buy-in to their leadership. Not one of the things that people must always do, if you have any modicum of understanding for that, is to ask yourself, what is the other side of that story? Why? So why that leader is complaining that people are not following them? What is the other side of that story that you don't know? And the things that we've been taught in leadership is good leaders place their emphasis on the people who do not support them with intentions of getting their support. That's what leadership is. That's why leadership matters in organizations. So all this fuss about a delegates conference and people are threatened because somebody is challenging for the position is out of sync and out of place. Let me tell you something, Matt Peltier. Thompson Fountain got nominated from the floor of a delegates conference. The nominations committee did not have his name. He got nominated from the floor of a delegates conference and became the leader in 2022. Right? Now, if you as a leader got to an office like that, if I win anybody, I'm not criticizing the process because that's the process that brought me where I am. Now, he got nominated on the floor, he won the nomination, and he became the leader. The next thing for any leader to do is to prove your leadership. Okay? Because you're proving your leadership is that which will keep you continuing as a leader. One man said some time ago, a leader is a leader is a leader. The Bible says, when leaders lead, people follow. That's what that is. So anytime you have people squabbling, it doesn't matter who the political party, it doesn't matter the organization, once people are squabbling about the leadership, there are some defects about the leadership that the people that is being led are not satisfied with. So when people shout outside and say what should be and what shouldn't be, it is a ridiculous statement, and I hear people get very, very passionate about it. Let me say something to you, United Workers Party people. What is your objective? Ask yourself, what is the objective? Is the objective to get a leader that you like? Is the objective to find a leader that can coalesce everybody behind him or behind her to defeat the incumbent? Is your objective to just like somebody because you like them? Let me tell you something. As followers, I would advise people to understand that your liking for a leader must be based on what the final goal is. People like Roosevelt Square because of what they get, right? When you are in opposition, especially in Dominica, it's not about what you get. It is leadership that will inspire. It is leadership that will bring conviction. It is leadership that will say, I want to work with that person. I don't have the time, I don't have the effort, I don't have the money, but I am inspired to work with that person. That's the leadership you need in opposition. Ask Ralph Gonzalez before he formed the Unity Labour Party. Ask, well, these guys are dead. Rosie Douglas is dead.
So what are you saying, Pastor Rodney? This guy, Thompson Fontaine, on 3 elections have emerged as leader. What are you saying about that? Isn't there something about him that people are attracted to?
Matt,
Yes.
Matt, have you ever heard the phrase, I will support the best of the worst?
The best of the?
The best of the worst.
Are you saying that the others will challenge him were not good?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm asking if you know the phrase, I will support the best of the worst. Okay. In other words, I feel you have a better choice. So choose that one. But that possibility isn't there. Right? There are, Mark,
I'm here.
There are somebody there. For example, last delegates conference, last year, November, Mr. Fontaine didn't win on his own merits. And he knows that. Ask him and he will tell you that. He did not win on his own merit. Right? So people have to know what they're talking about before they.
You said he did not win on his own merits. I would like for you to explain that for me, please.
In other words, Mr. Fontaine did not win at the delegates conference because of his effort or because of his work to inspire people.
So what do you think he won on?
Matt, I am not putting every finger on the party that I know outside. I am a counselor. Okay, I counsel people in my office.
But we are about transparency here. That's what I'm talking about. We need to know why you think he did not win on merit. That's my point to you. That's my question to you.
Matt,
yes.
Matt, that word transparency must be used cautiously. You know, transparency can be take out all your clothes in the public, and that's not transparency. That's nudity. Okay, so there's a difference between transparency and nudity, and people have to be careful with this thing that people. Oh well, you have to be transparent and tell us everything. No, you are not supposed to know everything.
All right, so let me ask you your final question before we go, because you're having a very interesting conversation. We've heard your name, Pastor Rodney, being touted for leadership there. The next, of course, the delegates conference coming up there on December 14th. Can you confirm so the public can know for sure that Pastor Rodney will toss his name in that ring?
Here we go again, Matt. You asking me to tell the public. It's not the public business. It's the delegates' business.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. We'll continue to talk to many people here this afternoon. Thank you, Pastor Rodney. Thank you. Let's take another phone call. Are you there?
My first birthday, bonjour.
How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
I'm good. My first birthday, you like to put in the Advocates Party in Deba. Why are you doing that for?
No. They put themselves in discussion mode, so I'm challenging. Let's go ahead.
Sure. I don't like this type of discussion on the radio. But Matt, I am forced to call. I'm certain that some people out there might say, boy, but please shut your mouth. Why you calling me radio station on this issue? So some of you who are hearing me calling, please do not call me to say me I should not call. All right? I'll respectfully tell you I give you reasons why I called. My first priority, what is going on right now is a campaign before a delegates conference. I'm very disappointed in my friend, Dr. Pastor Rodney, for the statement he made about
merit.
Dr. Fontaine did not win the last delegates conference and it was merit. if you intend, Dr. Rodney, Pastor Rodney, if you intend to contest for election for the delegates conference, that's for the political leader of the party, do so and do not attack this thing that way. Are you also suggesting that then the delegates the people who are the delegates did not understand what they were doing? I mean, this is something. God works in mysterious ways, very, very mysterious ways. God works. How can you make a statement like this in defending a statement by someone, the immediate bloody past president of the United Workers' Party, the immediate political leader of the United Workers' Party, puts out a statement in response to a statement made by Dr. Thompson from the political leader of the United Workers' Party. At which time, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, you ask him a question. How is your relationship with Mr. Lennox Linton? You heard what he said to you. We're good. We're talking okay, we are all right, and so on. If Dr. Thompson Fontaine made a statement, which I agree that it could have been said differently, but I'll explain in a while. It could have been said differently. Why couldn't he have Mr. Lennox pick up the phone? Or even watch someone say, partner, you say something that you should retract it. You're now going to put a statement out in the eve of an election of a delegates conference. On the eve of your party, the Dominican people want out of this bloody country, running this country, and causing more damage to the party. And you say you're putting it out there as a private citizen. If Mr. Lennox Linton, you're a political leader of the United Workers' Party, and anyone sitting in an official position of the United Workers' Party puts out a statement like this, there would have been an emergency meeting of the party asking for disciplinary action to be taken against that person. And that person. Papa Bontier, there is a statement that Calypso by Sparrow, 20 million Frenchmen cannot be wrong. 60,000 Dominicans cannot be wrong. That you are telling me as a political party, people make endless sacrifices in that political party, United Workers' Party, by self and others. Everybody made. But the one that made a lot is those who retire from the public service and say, boy, I want to continue giving service to my nation, the Ernie and Lawrences and so on. Those of us who have nothing, absolutely nothing. All we're trying to do is to get Dominica to the right place at the right time and bring back nation government in the country. Ronnie is Isidore. Deba, he all made him run. Joshua Francis, Deba, all make him run. Claudius Sanford, Deba, all make him run. Ernest Sanford, Deba, all make him run. No, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, sacrifice his job. Dr. Thompson tomorrow could get any job anywhere in the world. All he said he was overseas, he do this, that. He come down. All you still have Deba on him. Why? Why it is? Isaac Baptist had the competence to apply to also go for the political leadership of the party, I had no interest. I had no interest in doing so. But while I was president of the party, at a general council meeting, as president of the party, I made a simple statement. There seems to be a hesitancy about discussion around the leadership of the party. Chips, everybody, all those that are now making Deba, they get fast, they get vexed. Before that, they would call me, Mr. Baptist, I want to be president. I said, but I'm president. No, I want to be president of Dominica because you're doing so good. But as soon as I raised the issue of leadership, Isaac Baptist became any number one. All kind of voice blood all over the bloody place and everything and so on. They want people in this party, they can pick up the bloody phone and just tell them what they want and they'll do what they want with it. If that's what they want. So they cannot take in Dr. Thompson Fontaine. And they saw Dr. Thompson Fontaine, Joshua Francis, and the leader of the Freedom Party together at a press conference, speaking to development of the country and unity, etc. They feel that it is going to make it worse for them because they will not be able to pick up the phone and call and give instructions. It is time for some of you in here to retire. Isaac Baptist is going nowhere. Nowhere ain't going. Dr. Thompson is going nowhere. If all you do like what's going on for us to bring back this country to where it has to go, stay party and go. Go and football united. We'll stay. But do not believe that. What are you trying to do? You're going to run us from the party. Oh, we ain't going bloody way. You cannot do that to a country. When the people are calling for unity, the people are calling for things to be improved to get the country moving. And all using every bloody opportunity to take back control of the party. That is what it's all about.
for those to take back control of a party. And it's a fact. Dr. Thompson may have used the wrong words and wrong phrases that he used when he made the statement. He made the statement in the context of you asking about the leadership and the regular context of the leadership and the method of doing so. He said about wash your foot and come statement. But Matt, how can you have a political party in a country, anywhere in the world, and people just from you're not a member of the executive, you're never a member of the executive, you're not even a member of a constituency association, never, and you can just come from the floor, someone nominates you and for a political party. That is the wash your foot and come thing. That is really the context in which he was making this statement, or bloody well that's what he was making this statement in there. Mark, that's something before I get more vexed. Good night, good afternoon.
I see you're very vexed now. Let's take a phone call. Interesting afternoon. Eh? This is the talk on the block, Dominica. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and hit some coffee.
Enjoy your property, protect your property.
Mr. Sparrow, please give me some entertainment. I'll come back, huh? I think that's the song, 60 Million Frenchman.
It's easy to say, I love you, my dear, but you have to prove to her your love is sincere. There's only one way, so hear what I say. If you want to keep your sweetheart, go to Mapnik and learn the art. This is not what every other Frenchman only copying. Yeah, them socialists and them, who are you talking to? Me! Now this thing is rampant here in this country. Long time when you catch a man committing this crime, first thing he will say, gosh boy, first time. Nowadays he making his excuse in song. 60 million Frenchmen, but not Iran. All over the place, people carrying on, especially them old men collectionian. They like the fun. Hey, I never catch none, but Blakey tell me about one. And I don't intend the rest of the picture hit the express. This is not no this day. Every other Frenchman only copying. People used to always say how it shouldn't be. Now this thing is rampant here in this country. Long time when you catch a man committing this crime, first thing he will say, oh, that's by first time. Nowadays he's singing you a brand new song. What is it? 60 million Frenchmen, be wrong.
Creole Habit in collaboration with title partners TBS Radio, Big Edge Financial Express, Going Global Entertainment, and the Signman present the 2025 Dominican Music Awards, Saturday, January 3rd, 2026 at the Intercontinental Hotel, 6 p.m. The Royal Red Carpet entrance. Other partners include the Signman Calypso Artist of the Year, Texas New Artist of the Year, NCS New India Assurance, Calypso Artist of the Year, Nature Island Press Production, Gospel Artist of the Year, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Band of the Year, Do It Center, Social Media Influencer of the Year, the Republic Bank, Photographer of the Year, Q95 FM, Platinum Partner. Be part of the greatest national celebration of Dominican artistry, heritage, and the strength of our creative economy as we honor excellence across all genres and recognize the cultural contributions of our musicians and musical technocrats. Support the Creole Headbeat in the 2025 Dominican Music Awards by joining our esteemed partners list and contact us at 616-3457 or creoleheadbeat@gmail.com. The 2025 Dominican Music Awards, January 3, 2026, Intercontinental Hotel. Together, we can create a world-class award celebration that inspires pride, empowers creatives, showcases the beauty of our culture, and reinforces Dominica's cultural identity and creative economy.
Dominicans, Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
It's Kaiso! Yes, the Calypso season is upon us. Saturday, December 13, 2025 at the Factory, Valley Road. Only $20. 8 o'clock, sitting only $30. Come here at the beginning of the season and make sure you're there till the end. Many Calypsonians will be competing. Only 12 gladiators will make it. The grand eliminations for the 2026 Calypso season. Saturday, 13 December 2025. Remember, 8 o'clock at the Factory. Come here, the funny songs, the serious songs, political songs, everything. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your dog and come. Kaiso!
I know every year you guys have a delegates conference. Will that be taking place?
Yes, Matt. Actually, it's due on the 14th. We will be having a delegates conference on the 14th of December of this year.
Mm-hmm. Will you be contesting for leadership again?
Yes, Matt. Absolutely. I'm here, and we have, as you know, we have a very, very democratic process within the party. So anybody can just come up the street, wash the feet, and challenge me for the leader. That's what we have.
Is it necessary to hold this delegates conference every year? Don't you think that they should give whatever leader is elected a chance to breathe?
But well, that would be my preference, obviously, and we have some work to do, I believe, with regards to our constitution in that regard, because really, you should really be electing a leader to prepare the party for the next election. It should not be to prepare for your own internal election every year. I absolutely agree with that. But that's the constitution that we now have, and it's something that we absolutely have to look into. Are you really helping the party to have persons just come off the street every year and challenge for the leadership of the party? Is that really good for the party? Is that strengthening the party? Is that making us stronger in the eyes of the public? I don't know. These are things that we have to take a very serious look at.
So that's 13 days away.
13 days away, Matt, and I very well could be contesting my 4th election as party leader.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have names have been mentioned?
Well, there are the names being bandied about, and I'm sure, as I said, people can just come off the street and without even announcing their intent, they can just come on that day and be nominated. So we'll see.
Are you confident that you might emerge, or you will emerge again?
Matt, I'm of the view that if I cannot win within the party, then I cannot win nationally. All right. So I believe that the people with it, there's very strong support for my candidacy for me as the leader of the party. I believe that what people want is a leader that is committed to winning the next election, and everything that we're doing now is pointing in that direction. So I believe I'll continue to have the support of the people.
Somebody's asked me earlier there through a text message, what is your relationship with the then leader of the party, Mr. Linton?
It's excellent. Me and Mr. Linton has a great relationship. We talk to each other. We talk about party matters. We discuss party issues. It's great, and I am very thankful for his.
Good afternoon, Mr. Peltier. How are you? I just wanted to give my views, because I'm listening to your program currently. I'm a young woman and I have supported the UWP for many, many years. But I lost hope in the party, like many other Dominicans, when you see turmoil within the party, and stuff that's going on. And right now, we're looking for a light of somebody to lead us, in the right direction. And I listened to Mr. Francis yesterday, and I've been listening to him for a while now. I say, let us give Mr. Francis a chance. Let us see what he can do. That seems to be the only light to lead Dominica forward right now. I say, let us support Joshua Francis. We have to give everybody a chance. It's us, the people, if we decide that we don't want the person, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, that we take them out in power, I think we should give Joshua Francis and the UPP a chance for us to see what they can do to help lead Dominica forward. Good afternoon, Mr. Peltier. How are you?
I think we are, so let's see if we can come back to that statement here. 449-3095-96 and 97. I'm trying to get that statement there from Mr. Lennox Linton there. Give me a minute, of course, seem to need some clarification on this issue there as it relates to Thompson and the statement. That's Mr. Lennox Linton.
Recent comments by Dr. Thompson Fontaine describing constitutionally mandated annual leadership elections in the United Workers' Party, UWP, as a wash your foot and come affair require clarification. The National Executive Committee of the UWP has discussed the matter, and Dr. Fontaine has agreed to the release of this statement because he wants us to let the country decide. In our culture, the expression wash your foot and come, used disparagingly as it was in this instance, suggests that the process in question is casual, it is unserious, and open to any and everyone without standards or structure.
So anybody can just come up the street, wash the feet, and challenge me for the leader. Are you really helping the party to have persons just come off the street every year and challenge for the leadership of the party? That's what we have.
This is not true. And to apply such language to the party's leadership elections is therefore to imply that our constitution creates an environment where leadership contests are unstructured and disorderly, they are trivial, they are undignified, they're vulnerable to instability, and they're not rooted in democratic discipline. That interpretation is not only inaccurate, it is unfair to our founders. It is unfair to the framers of our constitution and to the thousands of members who have upheld it faithfully over the years. Annual elections are not a wash your foot and come affair. They are a deliberate democratic safeguard designed to ensure accountability of leaders to the membership, regular renewal of mandate, transparency in the exercise of authority, and the right of every member to participate meaningfully in the party's direction. So that far from weakening the party, these provisions strengthen it by ensuring that leadership is earned, renewed, and reaffirmed, not assumed by entitlement or prolonged by inertia. Our Constitution reflects the values upon which this great party was built, the values of openness, accountability, discipline, and democracy. To dismiss its processes with casual, disrespectful language is to misunderstand their purpose and to diminish the hard work of those who have sustained this movement for 37 years. The party remains confident that its leadership elections, held annually, properly conducted, and guided by clear rules, represent not a triviality, but a pillar of internal democracy intended to keep us united, focused, and responsive to the people we serve.
Somebody says there on Facebook, Dr. Thompson Fontaine's statement was innocent and meant no harm. He was alluding to sarcastically to how democratic the United Workers' Party institution could be. It was taken out of context. The UWP has lost its way, so sad. I guess, I actually meant to talk about the day march, but we'll continue that discussion tomorrow. We'll go until 3 o'clock. My telephones are going crazy here. This is the talk on the block. Good afternoon to you. Yes.
Yes, Matt, good afternoon. As I heard you say, you're going to continue that conversation tomorrow.
Yeah. No, this one. Go ahead.
Well, Matt, I just would like to say again, this is why does not make sense for any political party, any color, to elect a leader and every year having to go and elect a leader. This is what is causing the problem, the confusion. And there are people within the party structure who are happy that is happening. They are happy that is happening because you have people who want somebody from that particular area alone to be the leader of the party. So you vote somebody, that person should be there until an election. We've been voting Thompson Fontaine for the last 3 years. He hasn't faced an election. You want to take him out? What sense does that make? How much? Somebody should make that make sense for me. Let's make that make sense. We vote somebody and that person there for 5 years. And then if within the 5 years we leave and go overseas, okay, we elect somebody else. But it is foolhardy to be having to go and have a constitution that every year you have to face the electorate, man. And this is what that is making people say that the party is unstable, right? So all who want that to happen will continue to let it happen until we change the stupid constitution, man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Somebody says, Skerrit must be laughing all the way to the bank. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Hey, man, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you, sir.
I get listening and I just love reading. I love that about radio. All these different people that can call and give their perspective. I love the perspective from Marlon Girodel. I love the perspective from Boots on the Ground. I also love the perspective from Isaac Baptist. But let me say something that just resonates with me and just stick there. In your question with Thompson on Monday, I think it was, when you asked him what his relationship with Lennox Linton, he said the relationship is good, that he speaks to Lennox, they talk about different things. What I'm finding there, in that situation, if Lennox felt any will, couldn't have Lennox call Thompson and talk
privately, yes.
No, because that tells me that something is wrong right there. Just that's what I'm saying there. Because Thompson answer you genuinely that the relationship with he and Lennox is good. But then you hear this thing coming out by Lennox Linton, and to me, it doesn't go down well with me. There is some manipulative aspect to it, and you see, the manipulation. It is something I guard myself against because it is very dangerous. A person that can manipulate people, a great manipulator can manipulate people and make them see things the way they want them to see it, and it's not what it really is. And that's what bothers me. Because if something can genuinely tell you his relationship is good, and then you hear that coming out, that is the only take-home thing for me in all what I'm hearing there. But all the other perspectives I heard from Marlon Girodel, from Isaac Baptist, from Boots on the Ground, you just have to deduce a lot from what is going on internally also, that sometimes the real supporters on the outside doesn't know. So you get into understand things. That's why people have to be critical thinkers. We have to listen, not just hear things, listen. And really and truly, what I listened to there, this one where Thompson answered you that he has a good relationship. He calls Lennox and they speak about different things. And then Lennox didn't call him and speak to him about that. So if you agreed, or if you felt any way about what he said, you couldn't speak up the phone and say, bro, I didn't like what you say, or you said this and that, what you really meant. You didn't have to come and bring out a letter in the public for him to say what he meant. You could simply just ask him, because remember, from different perspectives, all that's going on out there, people have all kinds of thoughts going around, The whole thing is that we are all make up differently. We have different capacities of thinking. We have different levels of comprehension and understanding. And that's what it is. That's what it takes. But at the same time, just make a phone call and find out what did you mean by that. But what I'm saying there now, on the flip side, as I say that, I guess Lennox understood maybe what he meant and didn't like what he said and had to bring it out in that manner. Because even with Marlon Girodel saying that when, what's his name, Delbert Paris came on the scene, he was not card-bearing member, and he came and challenged for leadership in the elections, and he was not card-bearing member. So anyway, and all these things coming out there. So there are certain things going on the inside that we don't know about, and we just get into it. For me, I'm getting to know now. You understand? So we have to make up our minds. Don't just hear stuff and just say, okay, the party's in turmoil. Sometimes it's one person or a few people or a group of people really just manipulating and doing what they're doing to get their own outcome. And it doesn't have to be the party is in that turmoil for real. It's people are creating that because they're not getting their way. That's what I have to say on that, because it's appalling that it could be at that point where Thompson mentioned that he has a good relationship, but a phone call could not be had to clarify what he said. Have a good day.
All right, thank you very much, boys. So many phone calls. Let's see if we can navigate through the many calls this afternoon there. Let's see. Wow. Somebody says the Lennox comment does not help Thompson, shows division within the party structure. Let's go back to more. Yes. Oh boy, so many phone calls here in the afternoon. Let's do this one there from Mr. Let's try to be short sometimes, please. Let's go to this one there. I think Mrs. Headlock.
I listened to Pastor Rodney this afternoon. Pastor Rodney is a speaker of something. It's not appropriate for the area, so I will not mention it. Matt Thompson Fountain's concern has not been elected by an election process. Thompson's the delegates, the people of the party, not the executive, the people of the party are fully behind Thompson Fountain, man. The people of the party. Thompson is talking about the executive discord, the same thing that many people are seeing, and it is keeping them away from following and changing and transforming. The very thing that is minimizing the ability of the party to win in Dominica is Thompson's concern. Pastor Rodney comes in here and makes like Thompson's concern about the election. No, he's concerned about who are these people? Is it because Thompson's not doing good leadership? Or because these people are just never going to accept Thompson as good leadership? And they're not going to accept Thompson as good leadership because they cannot control Thompson. And this party runs on leadership by proxy. Leadership by proxy. That means whoever is there succumbs to the interests and the philosophy and the directive of the eldership of the goddamn party. And that is what is causing the tension inside there. It's not Thompson's performance. You look at UWP and the Thompsons. United Workers' Party has been an election party. Whenever election is called, this party comes alive. This party has been alive under Thompson, doing things in the community, initiatives, economic and otherwise, like none of the other leadership of this party has done. Look at the rhetoric in Dominica between Labour and UWPites. This thing has ratcheted down to a low. You have Labourites talking about considering UWP because of Thompson Fountain, something that would never happen under none of these other leaders, including Pastor Rodney. Yeah, never been able to accomplish unification, not even in his flock accomplish unification. You understand? So this is it is not the delegates that is Thompson concern. It is the anchor of the party and this policy of not accepting Thompson Fountain's leadership. You understand? That is the concern. And the fact that when you every year having a thing about what it says to the public, it shows the absence of confidence in the party and the leadership. You understand? So another thing of Thompson being afraid of the vote, that is not the issue, because the people know it's a clique that is on this mission, and they in the areas of authority and power, and they can speak and they can call the radio and hold for half an hour like Pastor Rodney and come and set their agenda. You understand? But I'm telling the United Workers' Party, I'm telling them that Dominica at this point in time is talking about alternatives to the United Workers. That's all I'm telling all you. Alternatives. It's a new day in Dominica where we are not going to sit by and follow this garbage, where people cannot commit themselves collectively. Excess momentum. Every time the man build is a negative. Look, election almost called. You know Roosevelt's going and score. Look at what the man coming with. Look at what they're coming with. You understand? That party is just not, optimal. And I'm not saying I wouldn't support the party to win, because anything against Roosevelt's scary we have to support. You understand? But this party, man, it's decision making, it's process, it's rhetoric. Lennox Linton has never called your program to give an act of support to Thompson Fountain. Never did a voice note. Find a voice note of Lennox Linton as president or anything supporting Thompson Fountain. Find it. But he will come out of any clue, any about Toutbois, to come and deal those kinds of things. But you cannot find him to find the support of of the leader, though. You understand? It's just nonsense. Pastor Rodney Boy, you suck. Suck.
95. Q95.
Dominica, the afternoon time is 2:45. Yes, talk to me. It's Talk on the Block. We're going to wrap it up at 3 o'clock. Too much fire there. I need the fire truck.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you,
Good
sir.
afternoon. What's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm here.
Madam, fed up with Zed and this nonsense that is talking. Why is Zed not come to Dominica and see what is taking place in Dominica? What are you talking about, Thompson? An election call right now. Where are the two constituencies in which United Workers' Party going to win? United Workers' Party bound to win in Marigot, and United Workers' Party bound to win in Salisbury. And Thompson Fountain, since his 3 years of leadership, have you ever come to Marigot and keep a meeting? Have you ever speak to the people of Marigot? Have you ever spoke to the people of Marigot? Did you want to Salisbury and keep a meeting? Nonsense you're talking, Zed. Stop elaborating and talking garbage in America and come on the radio station and talk. You're nonsense. What Thompson doing? Thompson just destroying the party. Thompson had never called a rally for 3 years in the United Workers.
But somebody just said their soul post. When was the last time that the United Workers' Party held a rally? Yes? Hello?
Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm saying, when was the last time the United Workers' Party held a rally? Somebody's asking.
Oh, but in the last 3 years, we have never had a rally. And if election call right now, there's only 2 seats that United Workers' Party sure to win. That is the Marigot constituency and the Salisbury constituency.
All right, caller, let's move on there. 2:47. Talk to me. Yes, good afternoon. A lot of crosstalk here, Matt. Somebody says, right, Zed, right. The Labour Party is laughing all afternoon there. Somebody says, Matt, just like that, just like that. They're making an ad for Scary. Deba. All you have, Deba. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. Yes.
Creole Habit in collaboration with title partners TBS Radio, Big to Financial Express, Going Global Entertainment, and the Sign Man present the 2025 Dominican Music Awards, Saturday, January 3rd, 2026 at the Intercontinental Hotel. 6 p.m. The Royal Red Carpet entrance. Other partners include the Sign Man Calypso Artist of the Year, Texia New Artist of the Year, ACS New India Assurance, Calypso Artist of the Year, Nature Island Press Production, Gospel Artist of the Year, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, Band of the Year, Do It Center Social Media Influencer of the Year, the Republic Bank Photographer of the Year, Q95 FM Platinum Partner. Be part of the greatest national celebration of Dominican artistry, heritage, and the strength of our creative economy as we honor excellence across all genres and recognize the cultural contributions of our artists, musicians, and musical technocrats. Support the Creole Habit of the 2025 Dominican Music Awards by joining our esteemed partners list and contact us at 616-3457 or creolehabit@gmail.com. the 2025 Dominica Music Awards, January 3, 2026, Intercontinental Hotel. Together, we can create a world-class award celebration that inspires pride, empowers creatives, showcases the beauty of our culture, and reinforces Dominica's cultural identity and creative economy.
Home improvement, millions of lines for you. Kitchen appliances, even home decor too. Lumber, lawn, all your garden supplies. Plumbing, welding, electrical supplies.
Visit Do It Center at the former Jane Asset Hardware location on Goodwill Road. Call us at 255-6890.
Do it Center.
Dominica Q95 Radio is opened for your business in collaboration with the National Development Foundation of Dominica. Get ready to join Q95 Radio and NDFD for Nature Island Small Business Buzz, a live radio program bringing in empowerment to small business ideas and entrepreneurs across Dominica every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m., offering a unique national platform for small, medium, and growing business enterprises in Dominica. Together, we'll aspire to connect, advertise, learn, collaborate, and witness small business entrepreneurs thrive and succeed in the fertile broadcasting soil of Q95 along with the NDFD. Join us on our journey every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. One unbroken, exciting hour of free Q95 Radio small business promotion as together we explore all the challenges, the setbacks, the setups, the comebacks, stories, the history, the startups, the breakthroughs, the financing, the sweat, the toil, the sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, the business plan, the overall success in pursuing your small business dream come true in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Join veteran broadcaster Franklin Peter Moses and Mr. Donald Bocasio, highly skilled, qualified, sought-after business and entrepreneurial manager, small business development expert, and strategic business coach. Together, we're taking you and your small business to the pinnacle of success in the Dominican economic landscape. So don't miss Nature Island Small Business Buzz every Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on Q95 Radio, the big station.
We are open 7 days a week with the top of the line products. Well stocked supermarket and pharmacy, health and beauty care, fresh produce and meats prepared daily, hot and cold kitchen, ready to go meals, sandwiches, salads, and desserts at your fingertips. Easy access, located on the bayfront, environment friendly, and our staff are approachable and ready to assist. Have you figured out who we are? You got it. Fresh your one stop. Fresh market,
That's one time I think I needed the fire truck here. So we just have a 1-2 here. So I don't think they'll be able to designate 1-2. The talk on the block this afternoon, huh? Interesting times we live in. Let's go to the telephone for a few last minutes here. 6 more minutes to go. This is the talk on the block. Talk to me. Hello, yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing?
How are you doing today?
I'm hanging in there, sir. Hanging in there. Yes.
I will ask you that question again on radio.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, what is in power no man wants to relinquish? And I have not been able to get an answer for that.
You have to ask the leaders who are in power.
I don't know.
You don't know?
But what I suggest, now is not the time for this situation, my brother. That's why I always say, if I make up my mind in the future to run for general elections, I am not going to put party first. My people comes first. And it is time for folks like Randy Rodney, and what's his name, Thompson Fontaine, Lennox Lincoln. It is time for them to understand this thing. The people comes first. And we human beings can make and change and amend the constitutions. We can do it. Guys, now is not the time for that. God bless you. Good afternoon.
God bless you. I'm going to end with this song too. I agree with you totally, Mr. Pocket. Isn't that the United Workers Party song, One Love? Let's come together. And everything will be all right. Well, I don't support the party, somebody says there, but too much fighting. One love. Let's come together, man. Stop the fighting, stop the division. Hello, talk to me, yes? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, man.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Kerry was right when he thinks his son will take over him.
You think so?
Yeah, that the man know what he's talking about. Because you cannot tell me in a party like that. We know what we're fighting for. And for today, anytime an election can call and you people tell me you fighting against a leader like that, I mean, come on, man. That is why we in opposition. And it look like, Matt, we will remain there for the next 5 years. Because the way I see things going on, pulling and pulling and pulling here, we might well remain in opposition for the next 5 years. I mean, these people should see that. Now is the time for us to come together and work together to see what we can do. Because we all know what is happening in the country. Is now you all coming and fighting with a leader. Give the man a chance. I mean, it's not everybody that is the same. Everybody have the same way. He might be moving slow, yes. But if we come together and move with him, then the man will see what he's doing. Then the man will start picking up. You understand what I'm saying? It's we to work with the man. You see, everybody giving a view. Nobody not working with him. Everybody can work in the constituency and help him. He's only one man. The man is only one man. He cannot move in all constituencies. We have to move our constituency them together and work with him. So we will see what we can do. Man, I just cannot understand Dominican's boy. It's a shame, man.
I really love to ask. Is there a place for hopeless sinners?
Remember when that song used to be resonating there around the world, around Dominica? Every corner, every nook and cranny. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Too much confusion here. I'm gonna end with this song. I'm gonna say good afternoon for today. Let's come together.
Let's get together to fight this.
And that's the only way, huh? You guys have to come together. Until the hot seat tomorrow, if God is willing, I'll be back on your radio. Thank you. There's fighting and pulling here and pulling there. What is the common objective?
now will feel alright. Let's get together.
It's 3 o'clock. Let's take it from the top. One more time. This is the talk on the block.
One love, one together, feel alright. Hear the children crying, one love. Hear the children crying, saying give thanks to the Lord. Now will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Oh, let them not pass on it. Dirty reminds one. I'm ready to land. Is there a place for all hopeless sinners who has hurt all just saving soul? Believe one. Together, feel alright.